So when I was stuck in my 9 to 5, when I was stuck in my job, now it wasn't even a 9 to 5 because I wasn't working from 9 to 5. I was working from, various jobs, but I've done jobs for 12 hours. So like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So whether I was working on the cruise ship, whether I was working in my supermarket job, basically retail across the board. My most longest streak of work was at my supermarket job. So I worked there from about 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay? That's a 9-hour shift. Nothing crazy. Half an hour break in there. So you're technically working for about 8.5 hours. The thing is, at this time, of course, it was COVID as well. So, kind of that time, a lot of things got stuck, and kind of like I was a key worker, as they termed in the UK. So I was a key worker at the time, and just having a job kind of helped because I was quite in a rough financial position at this time. So I wanted to change, even though things were not changing and things looked stuck. I remember that time in COVID when things were just stuck, like everything was just basically on hold, traveling, events, possibility, everything just seemed closed. But I'm going to tell you how I broke free out of the stuck loop in my job, in my supermarket job. Because I feel like there are many people out there that are working supermarket retail jobs and absolutely feeling crap about it, especially work full time. If you work full time, man, wow, you got a lot of respect for me because I know what it's like. I know what it's like being basically in a job, and then there's that people that's been there for like 20, like 10, 15, 20 years, and you think to yourself like, you've been there for like a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, and you think to yourself like, oh damn, is that it? Is this it? Is this it? Like for the next 30 years? Next 30, 40 years? Is that it? No, it's not it. And you can't change it. And I'm going to tell you what I did. Exactly, okay? To make this major shift. Now, it's probably going to sound very unpopular, but I'm just going to keep straight to the point. You need to be retaining your life force if you are a man. What do I mean by this? You got to stop releasing, okay? I know you wake up in the morning and you feel like, you're scrolling on social media, you're scrolling Instagram, but I don't want to be one of those guys that preaches from the rooftops like I'm some type of prophet or Jesus or someone or a priest or a monk or something, okay? But it's how you're gonna make the change. It's how you're gonna find the energetic and the frequency, all of these terms, frequency, vibration, and aura and all this. It's where you're gonna find the power to do so. Every great conqueror, every great king, every great successful person, many of them have spoken about this retaining of your life force. I bet you that any great conqueror doesn't wake up in the morning and the first thing they go do is like, I don't know, go scroll a magazine or like go look at women and be like, oh yeah, let me pleasure myself. Do you actually think they do that? No. Obviously Genghis Khan, like, I'm sure there will be bouts when he went like 2, 3, 4 weeks, while he's busy taking over a place, and then taking as many women as he wants, obviously, because he's just a conqueror. But that's like different. But what I'm trying to get to is that you need to place your focus somewhere else, because there's too much focus on your current. There's too much focus on you relieving yourself from your current moment, trying to escape the current moment, because you're in that supermarket job. You have the supermarket job and it feels ass, it feels shit, it feels crappy, it feels depressing, it feels like there's no way out, because like it's a job that you can manage, but also you're comfortable, but you're unsatisfied. You feel like this is not my purpose, all right? The purpose is not out there, the purpose is in you. And every time that you release that energy, right, to those digital pixels and stuff, and look, I'm not perfect. I'm not a monk. Like I said, I'm not a monk. I'm not here to tell you how you should live your life and like But if I want to do that, I want to do that. Sure, go ahead. But if you just give yourself an opportunity to try it out, you're going to have a major frequency shift. You're going to have a major identity shift. Just simply retaining that force, retaining that masculine energy, bringing it back into your life, because for so long, you've been made to be like a eunuch. You've been made to be an effeminate man. Head down, yes, accept. Just take whatever comes, Oh, just got another shift. And you're dissatisfied. You're unsatiated. You know that there's more fulfillment that you can squeeze out of life, but you just don't know where to start. That's where you start. That's how you practically start to shift things. That's how you raise your vibration, your aura max, and whatever term you want to use. That's how you start doing it. You start practicing celibacy. You start releasing your life force. I don't want to be a semen retention YouTuber. I don't want to be an SR YouTuber. I just want to tell you the way of how you can enhance your energy to leave that supermarket job. Now, that's how I did it. Because when I started doing that, bro, things started happening fast. I moved homes. I quit that job. I got a new job. There was uncertainty. I stuck to it. Got a new job. I failed, obviously. I relapsed. I released after a while. But things just started happening so quick. The next thing you know, I'm on a cruise ship, freaking going around Canary Islands. And just like a few months ago, I was literally still working my supermarket job and feeling stuck. Like, things just happened so quick. And I didn't even go on a long streak. I went on a 57-day streak. Since then, I haven't been able to do that ever again. I tried in between, of course, but I haven't. I'm married now as well. So things just happened so quick. I went from single to unsatisfied, depressed, to new job, traveling, wife, coming back home, new things happening and new opportunities come up, and boom. Next thing I know, I'm working for myself, and then I'm back at a part-time job, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, and then this opportunity comes up, and like, things just happen when you really dedicate yourself to this journey, when you dedicate yourself to this path. And that's how you can escape that supermarket job that you might be in, that retail job that you absolutely despise. Use some of that energy to now retain your energy. Retain the energy that you keep releasing before your shift and after your shift. And all you think about is like, and then you wake up tired the next day because you were up too late. You were scrolling all night again on your phone. You wake up with brain fog. You don't have, I don't feel like it. You have no desire, motivation, even though you're unsatisfied. Anyways, try that out, homie. Peace out and take care.